But like, I still haven't dabbled a lot in crypto, even though I work for a crypto company. And so I'm very surprised that you've amassed just a humongous net worth.
I mean, it's like, well, in March, right? What I used to do is not check. That's like the advice I give everyone, like buy this and then never look at it.
Yellow.
Hi.
Nice tree.
Thank you.
Is this your, oh, this is your San Francisco home.
Yes.
Very cool. Pink
How's it
couch.
going?
I see the whole thing. How's it going?
It's okay. Just playing games,
Ooh.
watching apocalyptic TV.
Ooh, what kind?
Watching the 100.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like Fox News or just any news these days. I'm also an avid non-gamer. I just play games on my phone most of the time.
Yeah, I have a Switch, but I can't even get Animal Crossing right, so I'm like not very good.
I don't think you needed to get it right. Um,
Dude, I can't even like open my store. You need like these iron nuggets to open your store, and I can't even find them.
Oh, that's funny. I'm trying to gamify my company's platform right now. So we're trying to figure out what makes the most sense in terms of like gems or karma. So I'm just like, I want Bit Kittens to exist. Or some sort of Bitcoin, Bit Cat. I don't know. Some Bit Kittens is my vote.
Bit kittens. Yeah, bit kittens would work on me.
Bit Kittens, right? Because you want to collect them all, and then they might have names like Neopets. I named the project Neopets, but it's Project Neo for cool people, and therefore it doesn't sound as stupid. Anyway, what's up? I'm just wanted to connect. There's not a lot of YouTubers that I've met in the Bay Area. And by that, I mean none of them, I think. Because all of the finance ones are in Vegas, and the data science ones are all like all over the place. So it's very rare, a rare meme to be able to interact with someone who is like maybe less than 2 hours away. Are you wearing a
I know that.
COVID-19 hoodie?
No, it's just a angry sun.
Angry sun? Okay. It totally could be a COVID-19.
You're right. I should market it as that.
Anyway, I'll start off by some praises. I love your channel. It's very fun. It's goofy.
Thank you. I just started it. It's very embarrassing.
It's always embarrassing to start. I feel like I'll go back to my old videos and they're so embarrassing. I think the only unsolicited advice, number one, is if you're planning on doing mostly finance, try not to do too much random stuff, because I did a lot of random stuff in the beginning and that destroyed the algorithm for me, because YouTube is constantly guessing what your content is actually about. So for example, my 6th video was about cutting your own hair in the pandemic. And that was my most watched video for a while. And so the algorithm thought I was just like a shenanigans channel, and it wasn't comfortable enough to push me to like more like serious connoisseurs of YouTube. So be careful, because we never know what the algorithm is thinking.
Interesting. Yeah, I try not to read into the algorithm too much, because I know people like Graham just like worship it, and I'm like, I'm never gonna get to that level. I'm just like, I'm just gonna like, chill and just do my thing and like pray, because this is too much to think about.
No, seriously. I personally love obsessing. So before YouTube, I obsessed over like Dungeons and Dragons optimization, which is the worst thing to obsess about, because you're like, this is like not even for a video game that's like competitive. It's like just a tabletop game that has nothing to do with competition. But I'm just like, man, I really want to crunch the numbers on this. And nowadays I crunch the numbers on YouTube.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't think there's like for me a point yet. Maybe in a few months I will, but for now I'm just kind of like trying not to stress about anything, because I don't know. It's so weird. It's so awkward to do this. It's so scary. It's like,
It
you
is
know
really
what I
scary.
mean?
I totally get it. I'm scared every
Yeah.
day. One of the first things that I was scared of in the beginning was getting afraid of being doxxed. I don't know why I was scared of that, but like I no longer am afraid of this.
By who?
Like trolls, yeah. Because the beginning, when I was first starting YouTube videos, I was the Trend Black drama stuff was happening. And to sum it up in like one sentence, an Indian college kid was making videos like bashing existing YouTubers, and those people decided to dox him, which is illegal. And then a whole lot of stuff happened. Well, they said It was actually very elaborate. So the YouTuber said, I have connections with high-level Silicon Valley tech companies, and we're just going to write on every forum that your real name, this person, is a college student at this university, and he's not a team player, and he shouldn't be hired by anyone. And yeah, it was really bad. Well, it backfired because now the YouTuber's entire like credit is destroyed because a kid made another video about the doxing incident. And so he actually sold his channel recently because of the whole incident.
Damn.
It's juicy. Kind of want to make videos about it, but I don't want to be sucked into the drama.
Wow.
I know too much. You know too much about what I geek about, so let's talk about you. You geek about cheese, obviously.
Dude, my whole thing is that I'm like afraid that like people don't. Well, the thing I was afraid of at first was like people won't take me seriously because first of all I'm a girl, and I'm talking about that like most people do not expect a lot out of me. Like with personal finance, I'm like very like deeply into it, and whenever I like try to talk to like literally anyone about it, mostly guys, more guys are into that stuff. They just kind of like write me off. So that's kind of like been personal experiences with that. Yeah. And I was like literally one of my, well, I went on a date with this one guy, but we became friends. And I was like lecturing him about like personal finance as I do. He had a finance degree, and he was like, what the hell? I never learned any of this shit in school. Like, you should start a YouTube channel. And I was like, I don't think anyone would listen to me. He's like, no, do it. And so I did. I never told him I did it, but yeah, that was like a month ago. Now
well, look at you now. It feels good to defy expectations. So, and the one thing that I will say is that I don't think anybody expects that you will give bad advice. Mostly because I started my YouTube channel around the same time as another YouTuber, Tina Huang. And she is consistently twice as large as my YouTube channel. And it's, I even told my mom, I'm just like, Mom, there's another YouTuber. she like, we have like similar vibes. And she's like, it's because all data scientists are guys. And I don't want to hear another guy describe data science to them. And I'm like, Mom.
Interesting.
But I think you have an excellent persona and an excellent value add for people. Because I also have never heard of, what was it in your video? Brokerage accounts that you can have when you're under 18.
Oh, custodial accounts?
Yeah, I've never heard of those. So I really should have started investing way earlier. But like, I still haven't dabbled a lot in crypto, even though I work for a crypto company. And so I'm very surprised that you've amassed just a humongous net worth. So that's impressive by itself.
I mean, it's like, well, in March, right? What I used to do is not check. That's like the advice I give everyone, like buy this and then never look at it. Because if I calculate now, my Bitcoin back in March was about 12,000. And now it's
10x, right?
112,000.
Yeah.
So like that's nothing that I did. I didn't even buy anything extra in Bitcoin, at least like since then. That's yeah. So I'm like, I did the right thing, but sometimes I feel like this, like when like all these day trading gurus like try to like promote their course and they show you their history. They're like, this is what, like, look at all these things I did. I'm like, yeah, but you didn't like decide to you didn't decide to do that because you thought it was like smart and you knew that you would get these returns out of it. You got lucky. And sometimes I feel like that with like what I do. So I really try to like emphasize like I'm a dumbass. Like, listen, I didn't do this on purpose. Like, I'm just super lucky. Not risk averse, I think.
That's good. I mean, when you're young, you shouldn't be risk averse. And I agreed with that in your video. You're young, you're scrappy, you're hungry. You have the time to catch up if you make a bad mistake. And you haven't yet. So, like, people spend their entire lives amassing the wealth that you've already created.
No, I did. You know what? I said in like my Roth IRA, I fucked up with it. You know what I invested in?
What did you invest in?
Luckin Coffee.
I bought some Luckin Coffee too. Why was the Luckin Coffee so crazy?
Dude, it was like set to be like the next Starbucks of China, right? And then they revealed all these like what insider like I don't know like scam shit, and that just like fucked up the entire company, and their stock just like plummeted, and yeah. Yeah, that was like my first Roth IRA like investment. I just like went all in on that because I was like fuck the S&P 500. It's so boring. you know?
All in on coffee.
Yeah, no, that's literally what I did. I only had like 6K in there though.
I think I bought like only like $100. I bought the same amount of Ethereum as I did Luck and Coffee. So like I'm very I wouldn't say I'm risk averse. I only buy tech stocks, which is not an investment strategy. It's just
Me too. Now. Now I only buy tech stocks.
I bought Amazon with like almost everything I had at like 17. So
Wow.
that was good. But like I remember Tesla when it was 150. I really remember it. I was like in the beginning
Yeah,
of investing.
dude. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really understand anything until really like this year. I started
Hmm.
looking into it. Because before I just like I barely knew how to like buy a stock even. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Before like Robinhood because it was just so easy. I don't like Robinhood.
I know you hate it. Yeah. Well, people are probably curious, and if this interview, not an interview, but like this like hot chat goes well, we could publish it and say this is the girl that has a 420 669 portfolio.
Dude, I changed my thumbnail to say 426.90.
There you go. See, if it's good enough for Elon Musk, it's good enough for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you I know you worked part time, but working part time like for 6 years doesn't get you almost $500,000, even a
Yeah.
$250,000. So where was the capital? Was it a small loan of $1 million from your father?
So, okay, let me just tell you my whole life story. uh,
Just the Donald Trump part.
yeah. My mom is like this genius woman. She works at Apple.
Mm.
She was divorced twice. She like her husband had always managed her money. She got divorced when I was 18. I turned 18. So like the second time. Um, and so all the men had always been kind of managing her money, but she's like a super genius. And once she realized how they were fucking up her money, like my dad is a day trader,
Uh-oh.
right? Yeah, he like when they got divorced, he got half my mom's Apple stock and he traded it all away.
Oh man.
Dumbass. And yeah, so and then like my stepdad was like a super conservative guy who like doesn't believe in, like Elon Musk and shit. So yeah, so but then my mom is like the total opposite. She's like it's super weird. It's like she's like, I want to know what I can learn from your generation, Sarah. Like I want to see like I think I can learn more from you guys than what like you can learn from me. Honestly, you guys are the future. And like no parent I've ever met has ever said that.
Hmm.
So it's really like my mom. And so once she realized how much like my dads were fucking everything up, like they were like, you have to sell Tesla now. Elon is like, blah, blah, blah. And she like would listen to them because she was like, she didn't know what to do, you know. And so she's like, okay, fine. Even though she was like making all the money, yeah, it was this whole thing. And then she realized like every time I do something and I follow their advice, like it's wrong, like it backfires on
Right.
me. So I'm going to listen to myself now. And really, like when I turned 18, is kind of, or 16 to 18 ish, is when she started learning how to invest. Like she only became a millionaire at 46 years old. That was 4 years ago.
Hmm.
Whereas like it's like people look at me and like kind of think like, oh, you have like super duper duper rich parents. I'm like, yeah, I did grow up in like a very like nice rich area, but it's like my mom only became a millionaire at 46. That's kind of insane to me. Like when I think about like my own time horizon,
Oh
it's
yeah.
like,
You're
I
you're gonna be
know a
nouveau
millionaire
riche.
before 25, you know? And so when she started really taking charge of her own finances, she would teach me as I was getting to that age of like adulting, kind of, right? So when I turned um, 18, she gave me a Bitcoin for my birthday.
Wow. Okay.
That was what started it. It was at like It was like 3 4K or something.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of what started the crypto for me. And then my dad, he's like super poor now. He lives in Michigan. He should be a multimillionaire from that Apple stock. He still thinks he can day trade. That's the thing. Yeah, he basically my mom was like, okay, you don't have to worry about like Sarah's tuition or anything. Like he never paid child support or anything because my mom always made more money, and so she was like, okay, you know what, just like you don't have to pay her tuition. Just give her $5,000 as a graduation, high school graduation gift. So I had that, and then just I've had all my money saved up in my savings, and I really wish that I had opened like a Roth IRA when I was like 16 or something, right? Because yeah, it was literally just like all savings, and then my one Bitcoin that my mom was holding on to it for me. I didn't have an account or anything.
$5,000, one Bitcoin to 420,690. That's really cool.
Yeah, and so well, it's like I still work as a dance teacher. I used to work as a TA, like a teacher's assistant, right?
What kind of dance?
Everything.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, mostly I grew up doing Chinese dance though, so that was kind of like my thing. Like I like have to like speak Chinese to the kids.
I love that.
My Chinese. Yeah, I do that now over Zoom currently. I get paid a lot more than I did when I was assistant. So it's like I think I calculated it right now. Even though I only work like 11 hours a week, I make more than minimum wage if I was working full time.
Wow.
Yeah.
And especially if you're making minimum wage, you're probably an essential worker. So you don't even have that risk of bringing COVID home.
Yeah, yeah. I work like all online basically. So, and I also do all their like financials and lawyering, and
Nice.
yeah, and like statement making and everything. So I get paid for that too. Um, yeah, and then I pretty much just like invest all of it. Now I spend more, obviously. I like pay like everything except for my mortgage.
So you've bought property too.
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, my mom helped me with that. She like, it's like she co-signed for me basically, and so she's gonna. I still have 1 semester of college left, so she's gonna pay for me until then, and then she's like, okay, then you're on your own. Yeah, I'm doing the utilities and Wi-Fi and food and stuff.
You are really cool. I mean, I meet fan people all the time. And I don't like talking to fans as much as I like talking to peers. So I say this as like as a person who would like to be someone who learns and learns with you. I am a big fan of that story. That's a really cool story. I'm a big story person. I'm also a big dance person too. So I did Chinese martial arts, which led into circus and fire juggling and all the other stuff. I don't coach. I only coach data science. I should coach fire juggling. Get your own fire. But I see a lot of synergies between the ways that we grew up. But my parents knew nothing about personal finance. They thought, my dad specifically thought that the stock market was evil. It was gambling basically. And so I just started a Robinhood account at when I was about to finish my master's degree. So that was like a very like late in my story. And, buying property in California kind of blew me away too at 20 years old. So that's crazy. Right. And it's not unheard of because I remember like peers when I was working in tech companies where people are just buying houses, and I didn't think that they came from money either. If you have parents that have done it, or you have really good mentors, it's a blessing to be able to do that kind of choice. Now you're a landed gentry. So how do you feel being a bourgeoisie?
Oh man, you know what else? I haven't told this to a lot of people, but it's interesting. Like you can your parents can lecture you all they want about like finance and stuff, but it's like kids are never gonna really take that seriously until you kind of learn for yourself, right? You go through something. Um, yeah, I asked my mom. I was like, I want to buy a property now, like over the summer, because I was living with my ex-boyfriend for about like 2 years in Emeryville while I was going to Berkeley,
Right.
and we broke up. It's this whole thing. He's like super rich. Like he like works at Google. He has a master's salary. He also goes to Stanford. He's just like this like super genius guy. And he was so cheap. Like when we broke up,
Ah,
he sent me an invoice for all the dates he paid for, so I could
no
pay
way.
that. Made me sign a contract for it. This, yeah, we were looking at like we were about to look at like property together. You know, and he
That's
was
crazy.
super cheap, like horrible guy who like made everyone love him and think he was perfect, but really like very very damaged deep down. Um,
Wow.
yeah,
Well,
this.
that's the second time I've heard of that. Another, I knew another girl back in college, and she broke up with this like seemingly rich-ish guy, and he also sent an invoice to her dad for all the dates that he paid for.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Oh my God.
And my mom always like gave him like stuff like from Apple and stuff, right? Like just like, oh, here are some AirPod Pros, like hope you like them. He'd be like, oh cool. And like you never and factored those like things, right? All our Costco runs that my mom helped us do. And he was like, well, you can just find the receipt and bill me. And I'm
Oof.
like, I'm not that petty. Fuck you. So yeah, after that, it was kind of like this like vengeance thing. Like, okay, I'm gonna get like super duper financially responsible and just like flex on him in a year.
Oh my God. That's
Yeah,
actually that's an even better story now. It's like a vengeance story.
yeah. So now I'm here, you know, and I have the cat. We got the cat together.
And you kept the
That's
cat.
mine now. Yeah, he's a
I mean,
bad
I
guy.
think,
I never like scooped his poo,
oh,
so I always did that. I'm the real parent.
you're the real parent. I mean, if you don't scoop a poo, are you even a parent? I
Yeah,
scoop all my dogs' poos.
yeah.
What's your cat's name?
Pokey.
Poke. Oh, that's right. I follow Pokey on Instagram.
Really?
Well, I love Pokey though. It's a really great name for a cat. I was thinking about food themed animal names, and Meatball and Pokey are like pretty great names for animals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's Meatball? He was the one barking a second ago. Come here. He's wearing a. It's not Christmas anymore, so it'd be tacky if he was wearing the Christmas tie. Come here, buddy.
Oh my gosh. Hello.
He has a dog turret.
Wow, so handsome. Look at that
So
tie.
handsome.
Pokey refuses to wear anything.
Huh. Nudist. I see.
Yeah. Yeah. My aunt got him a sweater. I put it on him for like 2 minutes to take pictures, and then he just immediately just.
So you're not in SF, are you? You're in the South Bay, or
I
actually
am
in.
an SF. My mom lives in Saratoga, and
Ah,
my dance studio and dance teacher and like all my friends are in South Bay. So I go there every week, basically every weekend.
sweet. Well, if we wanted to make content or just meet each other's animals, that's totally an option. Let me know when you're down
Yeah,
here.
yeah, totally.
Um, so that's I'm looking at your place right now. This is your place.
Yeah,
I'm so impressed.
this is my. I designed it.
Oh my
My
God,
room.
girl of many. Oh my God. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love the light. You play guitar?
Yeah, and then there's my tree and the kitchen. And, oh, house tour. I actually
Yes,
have an
house tour.
extra bedroom here. Um, I want to rent it out to my friends. It's kind of like weird to like rent it out now during COVID. It's this whole thing. I'm just yeah, but it's downstairs. It's empty. This is my dance studio.
Oh, so jealous.
Yeah, this was a living room. I had this built so that I could like take Zoom class here basically. So
Oh, okay. So this is like it's like a personal, it's like a business write-off. There you go.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm literally doing that. Like these $1,000 mirror right there. Like I'm writing that off totally. Um,
Business savvy. I need to learn how to write off things.
this is my
Whoa. Oh, and it oversees the balcony.
It's the living room, so this is
So
like
cool.
desk
I've always
area.
wanted a lofted place.
And then this looks down to the living room.
Oh my god. I
And
was
these
looking at
can like
houses.
slide open.
Oh,
Yeah, pretty cool.
I was looking at houses like not even like as nice, oh, like half as nice as this one, and because I was angry at how much rent I had to pay in like 3 years ago, um, and they were like, this is a modest home for only $1.3 million, and I'm like, ooh, wonderful. Let me just see, and you like really try to make it seem like you really want to buy it.
Dude, yeah. This place I got for a steal, honestly, because I also have a little bar.
Oh, cute.
Hmm.
All non-alcoholic, I'm assuming.
Of course, of course. I'm not 21 yet. But yeah. No, I pay less in mortgage for this place than my old apartment because my ex had moved out. We used to split it, right? And in total, it was a studio in like Berkeley area, Emeryville, right next to Berkeley. It was cheaper in Emeryville actually. That's why we moved there. It's $25.50 a month for like a
Okay.
400 square foot box.
This is 3,700. I'll show you. I'll show you a house tour later. I have to jump off in 2. But this was a delightful call.